Dear students, so today we will discuss about storage, databases, and application support. Okay. So in Arabic we call it تخزين وقاعدة البيانات ودعم التطبيقات. So for this training, who could be the best audience for it? So for that, I think IT professionals, system administrators, developers, and anyone who wants to understand the fundamentals of storage, database, and application support. What could be the learning objective for this training? That is, those who want to understand the different types of storages, solutions, and their use cases. Explain the key concepts of the database and DBMS systems. And the third one, that is, describe the best practices for application support and troubleshooting. So to introduce this kind of training, the mastering the backbone means like you need to know about the storage concepts which is used in different organization, databases used in the different organization, and the application supports by the employees. Right? This is a very comprehensive training module for IT professionals specifically. Um, and there is like a collage of servers like databases, network connections, representing the interconnectiveness of the IT infrastructure. Will be discussed in it. So what is a storage solution? So storage solution is like, because in a block storage means like there is like a block of hard drives which is installed in an array of racks over here, and before it was initially called RAID system. So but now they call like a block storage, and this is the dedicated storage disk for individual servers, ideal for application requiring high performance and low latency. Latency means the speed, or there is like low delay basically, and we are always looking for high performance in it. So we also need a file storage system in which we have two kinds of system. One is called decentralized, and another is called centralized one. So in the centralized storage system, for shared access for multiple servers, and the users are also sharing the data, and it's suitable for documents, for videos, and other kind of unstructured data. So what we have at office, we have a file server. We check files outside that one, and we share and exchange the data from that one. So you can see that that you can present anywhere by using the centralized storage system. So both of them, they have pros and cons. If you are using centralized storage system, it has pros and cons. If you are using decentralized, it has a pros and cons. And then we have object storage, which is more scalable, cost effective storage for large amount of unstructured data, and often used for backup and archival purposes. So this object storage is most commonly used by the big data type, this is good for binary data. It's good for object data, loops, and unstructured data. So as we know that in big data, we have three kind of the data. One is called structured data, like SQL. We have it. Second is unstructured data, which is called text data, and the third one is the semi-structured data, which is the CSV file or JSON file, or the different available CSV files. Okay, so you can see over here the object, they contains like the IDs. They have the data. They have a metadata, like the data about the data and the attributes. SAN is a storage area network. So what is a SAN? So SAN is it's also a very popular concept, and it's a, you can say it's a dedicated network for connecting server to shared storage resources, providing high speed data access, right? So they have a switch which is connected with the fiber optics, or sometime with the Ethernet. So Sense provides shared storage over a dedicated network, and with the block storage. So block storage means they have a RAID system, RAID RAID system, and it enhances the speeds, and they are expensive options too. Database management system. So database management system is a relational database, right? Where we store the data into the rows and columns in the form of the tables. So we organize the data in tables with the relationship between them and commonly used for business applications. So for database, we can use Access as a tool. We can use MySQL as an open source. We can use Oracle SQL. We can use Microsoft SQL Server. So we have plenty of options for the DBMS systems. NoSQL, which is called not only SQL, and this one is very popular in the big data when your data is a different variety of the data like structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data, and it's flexible and scalable, means it grows, okay, and it's often used for web application and the big data. So who will use this data? So there should be a person, data administrator. His task would be creating the databases, creating the tables, deleting the tables, updating the tables, and also maintaining it, optimizing the database, remove the unused the tables, and to tune the performance and reliability. So SQL, yeah. So what is SQL? SQL is structured query language and standard language for querying and manipulating the data in the relational databases. So as I told you, it was invented by this kind of data. The concept was invented by Dr. Chin from Chinese, and in 1956 approximately, and he gave the concept why not to store the data into the table so that it could be retrieved easily and fastly. So for this one, we did in a language that is called SQL. So SQL has, as per my understanding, it has five most important component. The first keyword, which is used in a select, second is a from, third is a where, fourth is a order by, and fifth one is a group by, right? There are other joins are used in it and different variation and connotation. So usually normally select is used for selecting the different columns, and from is used to for selecting the tables, right? And where is for condition. And order by is used for ordering the data, and group by is used to group the count data. Application support means after this training you must be able to know that how or what is the deployment process and installation. So it means like deployment means setting up and configuring the application on servers and systems. So every system and server, they have different manuals, and they have different techniques. So you need to follow the manuals and see the installation step. Let's suppose, for example, if you want to install the Hadoop system, for that you must install Java first, right? And like in Java is already installed in 2 billion computers all over the world. Secondly, monitoring and troubleshooting means you need to identify and resolve the application issues to ensure the uptime and performance, because uptime is very much important, because for some organization like telecom organization like Betelco, STC, or British Telecom, for these one, the uptime is very much important. So 1 hour downtime means millions of dollars is lost. User support means like providing assistance to the user with application related problems, providing assistance to user with application. If in case if any user need any assistance, so it must be given at in a proper time. Patch management means every software they needs updates with respect to functionality or with respect to security. So it must be updated so that you can update in a time, and you don't lose any security. You don't face any security problems or any functionality problems. So best practices is means to have the backup systems daily or weekly or monthly, and you must have some disaster recovery system in case of any geographical disaster, or in a case of any failure or system failure. So the failures could be maybe due to the outages or any disaster. Security is also very important. So updated application is there, and the most weakest link is the human. So human needs to be trained so that they should not click on any application without the notice of without knowing that this is from the reliable resource. So we need to all implement all security measure like ISO 27001 that should be implemented to protect the data application from unauthorized access. And the third most important thing is performance optimization, like regularly monitor and optimize application for performance and scalability. You need to monitor and optimize applications. And in case if it is because of scalability, sometime the optimization is reduced. And the last thing is about documentation. Documentation is very much important in case if some employees leaves and you come, so there must be the picture must be clear so that what is going on, and up-to-date documentation about the storage, database, and application must be there to help them out. So concluding this one, what we knew in this training, we knew about like storage, databases, application support are essential for keeping IT infrastructure running smoothly. We need to understand these concepts, and best practices will help you effectively troubleshoot problems and maintain the uptime. And the most third important thing is like, we need to educate ourselves continuously with the new technologies and new infrastructure, which is crucial for success in any field. So if you have any question, you can ask me in the comments, and you need to apply these concepts in your work environment to learn more. And additional resources will be provided to you through email or WhatsApp. So thank you very much, and see you in the next video.